You're not understanding. I'm disabled. You have no authority over me. You're not going to tell me what to do. You don't intimidate me.
You are no longer welcome in this lobby.
Slap me. I want to know what live. I want to know what live.
Stand up.
I am passively.
Police officers sometimes abuse their power, committing actions that ultimately lead to their downfall. Today we'll be looking at how these corrupt and evil police officers ended up unlawfully arresting a man who was only demanding his rights. On December 5th, 2024, First Amendment Auditor William Reynolds went over to Cheektowaga Police Department along with his wife to file a complaint against an officer who had assaulted him previously. Upon entering, he encountered Sergeant James Rutkowski.
Your body cams on? Yes, sir. Okay. Just a question. Then maybe you could answer, and I just want your opinion on it. I'm a big guy, right?
Okay.
Are you guys allowed to, like, you guys have to follow the same laws I do. The uniform, that badge doesn't give you extra rights or privileges, right? So if you put your hands on a citizen, a private citizen, without rights or without reason, and nothing is done, the lieutenant, I asked him in the office when he took me back to the other day, I said, if I was to right now get up and shove you in the shoulder like Officer Grant shoved me, what would happen? He told me I would laugh at you. Right then I should have crossed that desk. When we come out this door, I asked him again, what would happen if I put my hands on you? I would laugh at you.
A few weeks ago, Reynolds arrived at a police stop where he was pushed and shoved by the officer on the scene. He tried to file a complaint against him, but the corrupt police department just shut him down.
He says, I'd laugh at you for being so stupid for getting arrested. That's entrapment. He also cursed at me. I can't get a lot of your officers to identify. I can't get the name of an officer I filed the complaint on because Hotchkiss says, well, we've put the complaint in, but I'm not going to tell you which of the 3 officers there cursed at you.
Okay.
Even though she knows.
Okay.
I was put on 941 paperwork.
I'm sorry, I'm unaware.
I'm just like, like I said, that's why I'm asking to speak to the captain of the
Okay,
chief.
okay.
I
can,
I would love for you, all I need from you, let them know William Reynolds is here. He will be here until they come see me.
Okay.
If they don't come see me today, I'll be posting my videos online and you guys can deal with the complaints and calls that you will get.
Okay.
Because, like I said, your lieutenant cursed at me, tried to entrap me.
Sergeant James was much more cordial than his peers earlier, and he gave the auditor ample time to convey his message. However, he made it clear that he won't be leaving without filing a complaint.
We'll video record everything.
I can do a couple things for you. I can, I think they're in an administrative meeting right now. I can leave a message for you. If you'd like, I can direct you to his phone.
You need an answer. I've already called him twice.
Okay.
They don't call me back.
Okay.
That's why I'm in person.
Okay, gotcha.
Because I'm allowed to sit in this lobby and record all I want. I'm allowed to talk to people that come in. I'm allowed to ask your staff things. I'm allowed to record your police. I'm gonna ask why I've been pulled over for a plate blocker, for my plate being illegal, my plate holder being illegal.
Okay.
You guys have vehicles out in your private lot with toll blockers, front tinted windows, and he says, well, they're on a private lot, so I'm not gonna ticket them. My next thing is, I'm gonna sit out in a lawn chair waiting for them to leave. I'm gonna call 911 every time someone leaves.
Okay.
You guys are gonna either hold yourselves accountable, you will either be the consequences for yourself, or I will be your consequences.
The sergeant told Reynolds that a police officer cannot be on the receiving end of a disorderly charge, and just because he wasn't present on the scene, he cannot make a statement on his conduct.
Like I said, if you want to go tell either Coons or Jarris that it's going to be a long day for them.
Yeah,
it's going to be a long day
I'll
every
pass the
day.
message along. I don't know what's on.
That's all I want, and you don't have to say anything else besides it will be a very long day, or it's going to be a difficult time until they come see me. And,
Okay.
And I'll be here until they do, and I'll keep calling, and I'll let other people call on my behalf. They can either stop this now and be men and come out here and talk to me, be adults, and hold their officers accountable for the bad things they do, the lies they tell. I appreciate passing on. I appreciate talking.
Yeah, no
like
problem.
I said, I get. When I came in to file my complaint, I was told by the male officer, I should have gotten his name, to be honest. He told me that I said I want your officer arrested or charged with disorderly conduct. I'm not going to charge one of the officers with disorderly conduct. We should have arrested you for like 80 times. Arrest me.
Reynolds continued to make a claim and refused to be intimidated by the higher-ups of the police department. It is good to see how auditors like him make sure to stick up for their rights.
He needs to get a disorderly conduct violation. Do Slavitisky. Interference is physical, correct? And it's physical, right? Interference. If you charge me with interference, it has to be a physical. My words are not interference, right? Me just being there is not interference. Your officer having to take his attention away from his call is
When
not
you say
interference.
interference, you mean like a specific, a criminal charge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interfering with an officer's duty or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
okay, I apologize,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, it's fine.
Typically it is, I mean,
So me just talking and being there, that's interference?
if, I can't speak for that situation.
No,
sir,
yeah.
Yeah.
In general. So that's all I'm asking, yes or no? Interference has to be physical, right?
I mean, again, we can go hypotheticals all day.
There's no hypothetical.
If I'm,
In the statute, does it say it has to be physical?
it doesn't say physical, no. So if you're, and interference, let me kind of push on that. That is not a quote-unquote charge that we have here. Are you referring to obstruction?
I'm sorry, yes, that's what
Okay.
it is, sir.
Reynolds was also charged with interference with a crime scene, as he was only recording a traffic stop from a safe distance. Now, it is clear that some cops just hate being filmed, and the police department seems deeply corrupt.
If I'm trying to investigate a situation, if I have somebody in the middle of the situation who's uninvolved,
You can put up tape. That's the beautiful part.
screaming, yep,
And
could put up tape.
You can put up, let's not use that.
Yeah.
Screaming is your addition. The chief and the
William,
captain.
right?
William.
And then, Pat?
Patricia, yeah.
Patricia, I'm sorry.
And let them
Nice
know
to meet
William
you.
Reynolds. They know who I am, like guarantee.
Okay, I'll pass the message along.
This will not stop until my needs are met. This will not stop. I can be here every day. I can record. I will protest. Y'all can hold yourself accountable or I will do it. Like when I ask for an officer for charges to be filed against an officer,
Yeah.
and they tell me they won't do it, I'm asking you to file charges. You're an officer. It's what you do. You don't get to decide whether, oh, I'm not going to do it. I asked you to file charges, right? It should have been done, correct?
I can't speak for that. If you, let me.
As an officer, right now, I am
Yeah.
asking you to file charges against the officer that swore at me for disorderly conduct, and I want charges for disorderly conduct against Officer Slavotinsky for cursing at me in his office.
Yeah. Would I file charges against Lieutenant Swalaticki or that other person? I wouldn't. I would generate a report. I would generate a complaint of some sort. But me personally not being involved in the situation.
Once again, Sergeant Jack is on point. According to the law, an officer must be present at the scene to charge another officer with a crime, and they must have witnessed it firsthand. Staying professional, the sergeant patiently explains this to Reynolds once again.
So specifically for disorderly conduct, it being a violation in New York State, unless
Anything that is
I guess
caused
would
to
be-
disturb or alarm. I was
Yeah.
alarmed that he would call me while he is on the job. I am alarmed. I am letting you know the circumstances. I would
Yeah.
like Slavotinsky and I'd like the body cam footage to be seen, and I'd like your other officers cited with disorderly conduct. Just say, we don't need to go back and forth anymore. Are you going to cite them, yes or no?
me personally, I wouldn't review that situation, sir, because I don't think it happened on my shift, number
It doesn't
one.
matter.
Yeah.
You're a police officer.
Yeah.
A statute was broken. I would like Black Chief, who was on today. I know he's on because I saw your paperwork. I want him to come down. He was there. I'd like him to issue the citation.
Now, it is rare to see cops holding each other accountable, and this case seems no different. However, the sergeant finally agreed to call back the officers from the traffic stop who made the unlawful arrest.
I'm asking you for the sergeant that was there, that showed up on scene, and heard your officer curse at me.
I think with the complaint that you have, if they address that further today with you, I would address it with either Captain Gerace or the Chief of Police, whoever speaks to you.
Okay.
But as far as me filing charges or Sergeant Black Chief filing charges against an officer,
But I'm just going off of you. You gave me a bunch of reasons why you wouldn't or couldn't, and I'm giving
Yeah.
you reasons why that guy can, and the exact reasons why you said you couldn't.
I'm not trying to speculate or argue with you.
Me neither. I just want to know that if someone wants to file a disorderly conduct charge with you, that you're telling me because you weren't there, you won't file it. I'm not asking you to be judge, jury, or a lawyer. I'm asking you to file a charge, and let the judge and them decide. You have body cam. If it didn't happen, then he walks free, right?
It would definitely go up.
It's
the chain.
good to know that no matter what happens, they will not file charges against their officers. They will not hold each other accountable at the time things happen.
Shortly after, another officer appeared and started to intimidate the poor auditor, almost threatening him to leave the place as their routine tasks were being mishandled.
To be clear, I want you to be clear with what's going on with me here. I'm not leaving. I'm not trespassing. I'm broken the
What I'm
law.
telling you is, if you disrupt the normal operations of our police station, you will be.
How so? How would I be disrupting? Let me know so I don't do
If
it.
our dispatchers can't sit here and conduct their work with you, without you disrupting them,
How- wait, hold
then
on,
our
hold
person
on.
will be arrested.
Sit there?
Okay? And you need
I
to
didn't
have a
disrupt them
legit-
there. How did I disrupt them
You need to
there?
have a legitimate purpose for being here.
I am. I would like to see the captain or the chief.
They're not available. You will not see them.
I will sit here all day and I'll come back tomorrow and I'll come back every subsequent day until they see me. You're not understanding. I'm disabled. You have no authority over me. You're not going to tell me what to. You don't intimidate me. You understand that?
I'm sorry that you feel that way.
So we can get the chief.
I want to be very clear.
Who are you? Please
Captain
identify.
Schmidt.
Captain Schmidt. Let's get some.
Perfect.
Perfectly fair.
We are not going to continue in this pattern. You are interrupting the flow of our operation.
You would, let me know how I'm interrupting. I would like to know how I'm interrupting.
Reynolds shut down the first officer with a solid response, but then Captain Schmidt stepped in, doubling down on lies to force him off the property, threatening arrest for trespassing.
Listen, because I need you to hear this. All of your complaints are closed. If you're dissatisfied with how they've been dealt with, you can follow up with the Attorney General's office. That is your remedy. If you're further dissatisfied with how you've been treated, you may follow a lawsuit, get yourself an attorney and do that. What we are not going to do is we're not going to have you sit in our front lobby. We have a
You
duty.
can't do anything about
We have
it.
a
You can't do anything about it, Captain Schmidt.
We have a
You
duty
can't do anything
to keep
about
this
it, Captain.
lobby open for the other members of our town to come in and file reports.
You're 100%
for
right.
victims of crime to come in, for people to come in.
This
and
is
get
a
their
public lobby.
reports.
It is on the onus of you to create privacy. You don't want to talk to me, bro. I know more than you. I know more than you. I know more than you.
I just want you to understand what I'm saying.
Are you going to arrest me if I don't leave? Are you going to arrest me if I don't leave?
Yes. Yes.
You might want to put the cuffs on me right now. Put the cuffs on me
I
right now. I'm not
absolutely
leaving. I am protesting. I am in your lobby protesting.
So I want to be clear.
First Amendment
You have
right.
No legitimate
First Amendment
business.
right.
You are creating a disturbance.
Where?
I have a question.
There's
other
other
people
people
too.
our operation.
One person now. There's one person here. What disturbance?
He's the
He's
mailman.
He's the mailman.
I'm their mailman too.
Yeah.
Right?
He's my
Thank
mailman.
you.
The captain claims that filing a report against an officer is disruptive and affects the entire department. Tensions escalate quickly, and what happens next will leave you stunned.
Arrest me or get the hell out of my
How was a
Right
complaint?
now, you can stand up.
No, I'm not. So you can arrest
You
me.
refuse to leave, you are going to be arrested for
For what?
How was a
I have to break the law in public for you to arrest me.
You are no longer welcome in this area.
Why? I'm First Amendment.
You are creating a
Is it a
disturbance.
First Amendment
Right
right
cause
to?
is to interrupt the flow of our operation.
How? What did I? Okay.
Our front desk lobby is now closed because of your attitudes, because of your actions, because of
They've
your
never
behavior.
been out here.
Yeah, I
Do
asked
not feel
what.
safe being at the front desk with you.
There's
That's
a
not
whole
my problem.
lot.
That's not my problem. If you don't feel safe, then you should be a cop.
Okay,
Are you buying bullshit?
So this is.
Let me
this
ask
is-
you a
this is what it
question.
comes
Let me
down
ask
to.
you a question.
You can leave, or you can be arrested for trespass. You are no longer welcome in this
Slap
lobby.
How-
mom.
That's it.
Slap mom.
how
I
are
want to know
you-
what live.
Stand up.
I want to know what live.
Stand up.
I am
Stand up
passively.
and turn
I'm
around.
passively aggressing. Passively.
Stand up and turn around. You are
Patty,
under arrest
he's
for
twisting my
trespass.
wrist. He's twisting my
You are
wrist.
under arrest. Stand
Okay.
up.
Despite his resistance, Reynolds is handcuffed and arrested for trespassing in a public place. Now, it is shocking how these corrupt cops go to such lengths to cover their tracks.
I don't want to hurt you. I don't want you to get hurt.
How can you say?
How are you?
How can you say a complaint was closed that was never filed?
That's what we have to do.
Please touch your wrist. I'm doing that right back. Patty, you're rough there being with me.
How can you say a complaint was closed that was never filed? We are here to file the complaint and you're saying it's already closed.
You are under arrest for trespass.
Well, why did I break the law? To be trespassing. I did not. I have to break the law. I have to break the law,
You can
sir.
take that up in court.
Okay. Just like.
You have to wait out here.
The officer's failure to handle a simple complaint was disturbing, leading to Reynolds' illegal arrest. Meanwhile, Miss Reynolds kept recording, relentlessly questioning Captain Schmidt and calling him out for breaking the law.
You're no longer accepting complaints from my husband.
So, and I would be very clear on this, so there is no confusion. Every time we have.
Wait, I need you to say we
I
are
get
no.
there. I'm
Okay.
going to build to that
Okay.
point, so I'm going to say it very articulately,
Okay.
so there is no confusion. Every time we deal with your husband, that is a targeted attempt, in our estimation, for him to complain about our officers. Every time we have an interaction with him, what follows is another complaint. We have adjudicated complaint after complaint after complaint. We are not going to continue to entertain this behavior. We are not going to continue to use our manpower and our resources to focus on one person who is trying to interact with the police to make complaints. We're not going to.
Now, you wonder what else somebody is supposed to do when the officers investigate themselves and prove that they are innocent. At this point, Reynolds must sue the department and the officers involved to seek justice.
If they were not calling my husband an if they were not lying to both of us, we wouldn't be in this
So
situation.
there are other avenues for him, as I already explained earlier. He can go to the Attorney General's office if he believes we're not handling these complaints seriously, if we're not investigating them fully. He can file a lawsuit. Those are avenues to him that are legal avenues. Once we're at the point where I say you have no legal purpose in this building any longer and you are interfering with their operations and you need to leave,
Right.
at that point, he had to leave.
Because you came out saying the complaint was filed and closed.
And so,
But we hadn't
and
even
what we're
filed
not
it yet.
doing is we're not just going to continue to do, okay, that complaint's closed, I'm doing a new complaint. Well, I don't like the way they talk to me, it's a new complaint.
Reynolds was arrested, and there have been no updates regarding the status of this case. However, we hope that he ends up taking legal action against these officers. Now, while these cops did the unthinkable, this next tyrant made the worst decision of his career.
Sit out!
No.
You sit out! Get on the ground!
On October 27, 2024, resident Lich Vu was driving with his wife when he had a minor collision on the road. An officer who had seen this quickly pulled him over and went over to confront him.
Whenever you complete a U-turn,
I didn't U-turn.
hold on. Whenever you complete a U-turn, you're supposed to be as far to that corner as possible. Okay?
No, see, that means they have another car in front of her. That's why, I cannot parking behind her.
Okay. Well, you are required to go as far away between. You're not supposed to be between any cars. You're supposed to be against that curb line. I need you to sign with your finger. It's not an admission of guilt. You're just signing saying you'll take care of the citation for a ticket. You're promising saying that you'll take care of it at a later date, whether that be in court or if you take care of it outside of court.
Mr. Vu could have just simply signed a ticket and moved on. Instead, he stepped out of his vehicle, catching the officer off guard. He had no idea how quickly things would escalate.
I don't think that you're understanding what I'm saying here, okay?
I understanding. I told you. The car, the front of her hand, her to the and she
Okay.
didn't turn.
Whenever you make a U-turn,
I didn't make a U-turn.
sorry, let me clarify, okay? Whenever you enter a little intersection thing like that, you are not allowed to go side by side next to a car, okay? You have to go behind vehicles.
Hey, you are the police.
Yes.
So you know
Okay.
how many cars?
We are done, sir? No, we're done arguing about this, okay?
I don't think so.
We are not we are not arguing about this,
I
okay?
want to show you.
We argue in court. We argue in court.
The individual in question was a 70-year-old man, and he was becoming restless with each passing moment.
We don't argue on the side of the road. We argue in court.
sir.
Yes, that's how it works. Because if not, if you don't sign this, you go to jail. Okay?
Sir.
I don't want to take you to jail.
I'm ready to go to
You ready to go to jail?
Yeah, I'm
Ridiculous. Okay,
No, no,
that
sir,
involves
sir.
impounding your car too.
No, sir,
Okay.
sir. My husband, we stay here waiting for go to here. We not U-turn.
Okay,
waiting to
it doesn't
go
matter
here.
about a U-turn or what. That lane,
And I heard,
can't-
she beat us. She hit us.
The officer decided to do something stupid instead of calmly de-escalating the matter.
you see where that car's at? Whenever you enter that area, that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to leave any space at all. You're not supposed to leave any space at all.
You see that two car?
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
I am the
The
third
way
car.
where
I'm the
your
third
vehicle
car.
was located, your
Third
vehicle
car.
was not like that.
Sit up.
No.
You sit up. Get on the ground.
No. See, sir. No. So I'm the ambulance. I'm not the car. I need the ambulance.
Yeah, I'm gonna call an ambulance.
Look at his face.
The corrupt officer showed no regard for the elderly man's age, slamming him face first onto the concrete. Now, here's another angle of that shocking incident.
Your vehicle was located, your
Third
vehicle
car.
was not like that.
Sit up.
No.
You sit up. Get on the ground.
No. See, sir. No.
Mr. Vu was rushed to the hospital with a brain bleed and remains hospitalized. Meanwhile, the officer has been placed on administrative duty. The case will now go to the Oklahoma County District Attorney, who will decide whether to file criminal charges against the officer. Now that brings us to the end of this video. Today we saw corrupt officers committing outrageous and unlawful acts. These tyrants must be held accountable for repeatedly abusing their power. Hopefully they face charges and lose their positions for good. And if you agree with me, please support us by liking this video. Also, if you enjoyed this video, watch the moments where these corrupt cops were owned and humbled in court.
You told me this is a court that's got nothing to do with you. Starting from there, we're going to be back and you're going to be going to jail.